Star Replay. Icon. Star Podcast Replay. Loud and clear, Snake. Let's go!
Merry Christmas, everyone. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are here listening to the Start Replay podcast, and we're in episode 16. My name is Josh Ball. I'm editor-in-chief at startreplay.com, and tonight I'm joined by only one man who's not a robot, he's not Cybernet, he's not taking over the world just yet. He's here in the room with me. It's Tom Dayden.
Hello, once again, I am here, yes, in Josh Ball's deliciously painted room.
Emporium.
Delicious emporium of designer
Sweets.
goods. And yeah, we're going to bring you another podcast,
A
which is
special
actually
gaming special.
And it's actually 2 weeks.
Gaming special?
It's a gaming special. It's actually
Christmas
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Actually, between the two, which makes a change.
Is that exactly?
Rather than months.
Oh, nice.
But another side note, Ben, again, is not here. He was working late tonight.
Yeah.
Bless his heart.
Bless
We will
his
miss him once
little
again.
cotton socks. So
But-
yes. Carry on, Tom. Sorry, I keep
Yeah,
interrupting.
no, it's fine. It's fine. I was just going to go on the first point on our rota of points. Our thing to do list in the podcast. Can't really get my words out right now.
Yeah. What have we been playing?
What have we been playing? Not too dissimilar from last time, actually. It's
Yeah,
all a
so-
mixture of PlayStation 4 titles.
Yes, we seem a bit disjointed at the moment. Yeah, so not... about... similar. Yes. Okay,
Batman.
before we lose our entire viewership, yourself, let's get on to what we've been playing. Now, we've been playing stuff, again, pretty much the same. So, Tiny Brains, Assassin's Creed, Ghosts, Need for Speed Rivals, Killzone Shadowfall,
War Thunder,
Resogun, a number of titles of which we've recently reviewed since our last podcast as well. So Resogun, Batman, the Initiation Challenge Map DLC,
Tiny Brains,
Killzone.
Matt Evans, thank you for that.
Yes, thank you, Matt Evans, one of our writers on the Start Replay team. Anything worth noting? You're actually doing quite well on Resogun at the moment, aren't you, Tom?
Well, I was on your account, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but
you got me trophies.
But
Thank you.
I now have my own PS4. Finally, it arrived today.
Yes.
After I sat around at Josh's house on my own for about
6 hours.
6 hours, give or take 10 minutes, and didn't arrive. But yeah, I have it now. So I will be playing Resogun and racking up those points.
Yep.
Also got Killzone and Need for Speed, and I am currently in the process of downloading Ghosts and Battlefield 4 for the discounted price of £10 each. Thank you very much.
Which you're currently doing off my internet.
Yes, because my one at home is
Awful.
about a megabyte. And my 3U speed is faster than that.
Yeah. So, yeah, you've finally got a PlayStation 4. Of course, I pre-ordered it for you off shop2.net.
Yeah.
And they guarantee delivery before the 18th, which is always nice to have it before Christmas.
And today is the 18th.
Today is the 18th.
Cutting it very finely there.
Well, yeah. So we're just glad to have it, and there are no mess-ups, as it were. So, yeah, you finally got a PlayStation 4. That's pretty
Thank
awesome.
God.
And what we've been playing, again, is very much the same. So there's not a lot to talk about what we've been playing.
It's just 'cause there's no new releases. We need
well, yeah.
new releases.
And there's no Drive Club to talk about because that's been delayed. There's no Watch Dogs to talk about because that's been delayed. There's no South Park to talk about because that's been delayed.
What about The Crew? When does that come out?
So that'll be...
Was that meant to be coming out? Or was that delayed?
I think that'll be like early next year,
Next
I
year.
believe.
Along
Yeah,
with
I want to say
Octodad.
March or April.
Possibly.
Yeah. So there's really what we look forward to playing, but aren't currently playing at the moment.
Yeah.
I am going to try and get a review. I know it's a little late to the party, but going to try and get a review of the new Rapture DLC for Bioshock Infinite. Once I get a few other things out of the way. I'm also currently reviewing Putty Squad from System 3. And what else? Also trying to do a comparison review of Assassin's Creed, as I've still yet to be able to record my PS4 because I need a proper power supply for my special unit that allows me to record. Hopefully I haven't ruined it already by putting the wrong
Fingers
voltage
crossed.
through. But we'll see. Yeah. So I guess that's what we've been playing. Not very exciting on that end, but there is a lot to look forward to in the new year.
Octodad as well.
Octodad.
That is-
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Octodad very
good.
much. hilarity will ensue. There'll be plenty of videos posted
Oh, yes.
via my share stream on Facebook. Octodad, Octodad, Octodad. Yeah,
World's dadliest catch.
yeah, that's it.
That's the one.
It's amazing. So let's move on to news of the last few weeks.
Well, you tell me, Josh. Come on, update me.
Well, one recent bit of news is that there is going to be a new Middle-earth game
Ooh, yes.
released next year, which it seems like quite a good time actually, because you've had 2 Hobbit movies now. Next year will mark the last Hobbit movie. I can't believe it's gone that quick.
I know, right?
And I think it's good timing because we also have Lego
Hobbit.
The Hobbit as
That'll be
well.
good.
But Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor is coming to next gen and current gen.
It's just a single-player, third-person hack and
action
slash.
game. Yeah, and you play as someone called
Thane?
Talon, I think.
Is it Thane or Talor?
Well, anyways,
It's very
it
manly.
kind of takes its cues a little bit from Amalur. If you played Amalur by 505 Games,
I haven't.
you sort of come back after being slayed. Slain. I was going to say slain. My
alright.
words are not with me today.
No.
And then you sort of possess a power or some powers after being resurrected. So that's
Yeah,
it's
you
sort
get
of
You get wraith powers.
wraith powers. That's
It
it.
seems like you can send out some kind of wraith to do your
Well,
dirty
one would
work at
hope
the same
if you have
time.
wraith powers, but yeah,
It's just someone else to talk to when you're bored.
yeah,
Really.
exactly. Oh, hi Wraith. How you doing? Wraith
Really?
finds.
Wraith.
Oh God, the bad jokes have already started.
Yeah. Well,
Now it looks quite nice. You've seen the screenshots, right?
yes, I have.
Yeah, it looks quite
It'll be
pretty,
very visually.
especially on next gen. Now, one thing that I'm curious about is when the time will come when the new games are only coming on next gen and not
End of next year.
current gen. Yeah.
Oh no, no. Sorry, end of the year after 2016. No, what year is it? 20...
2014 next year.
I'd say end of 2015.
Right.
I reckon they'll last another couple of years,
Okay.
if not more.
Right. Well, there you go. Because I'm just looking forward to where those games will totally take the power from next generation systems and not really have to cater for the last gen
But with that in mind, FIFA 13 obviously came out last year, and one of my housemates bought
Got it on PS2.
PS2. Yeah.
Yeah.
FIFA 13 on PS2, and that's what.
Yeah. Well, there's
how long has been PS3 been out?
Well, there's been a market to cater for, especially for PlayStation 2, because it was a very successful Sony console, and it's cheap to develop for. So there is still a market out there. If they're going to release it, then especially sports games. Any other games are no, but sports games have been coming out over the last few years still for those consoles.
Still buy FIFA on Game Boy Color, actually.
Yeah,
Rumour has it.
that'd be great.
Can you imagine?
Still on the SNES, it didn't even appear on there, but it just retroactively been fitted to the console. Just these little polygons moving around the screen. Actually, Football Manager would work fantastic on there because it hardly takes up anything.
Yeah.
I
you go.
remember actually, it's strange because I remember my friend when I used to live up north. He is very much into football. So every time we got a football game, we'd see the differences. You know, what was added, what was taken away,
Yeah.
and this was on PlayStation 2. So I do remember because I'm never into football. Not the games, not the real life game, none of it. I wasn't growing up with it. So to see the differences in the actual graphics and the different features is quite fun, and it's very strange to see the differences between now and then. Like the new ball control system and all those things, it's bizarre.
It's crazy.
Actually, I saw a picture of Lara Croft, for instance, 10 years ago, or not 10 years, 2000.
Yeah.
When she had very triangular breasts and overall a very angled body. And then you cut to today's Lara Croft in the latest Tomb Raider from Crystal Dynamics, and it's amazing. It's all real life. Near enough.
Pretty much, yeah. Especially the new one.
Yeah.
That'll be coming out on PlayStation 4.
Yeah, which we'll move on to
Yeah.
in a bit. It's called the Defining Edition. No, it's not Defining Edition.
We'll think of it later. When we get on to
One of the
that
editions,
section of the
but yeah.
podcast. We have things lined up for you viewers.
Let's see what
listeners.
else. The Division. Now, Ubisoft have released a technical showcase trailer for the Division's new engine, which is the Snowdrop engine.
Beautiful.
Very beautifully named. Looks
Absolutely.
just as beautiful as it sounds.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Just mind-bogglingly
Oh my
beautiful.
god. You know the best part about it?
What?
I love snow in games. So the snow
yeah, you
there
do.
just
Yeah.
is amazing. It actually builds up on the ground, and then after a few minutes, it'll melt with the sun going on it, and
Bit
it'll
slush and stuff.
yeah, it'll look like slush. It'll leave the imprints of whatever's gone over it, whether it be a car or someone's footsteps. It looks so good. It looks so amazing. I cannot wait.
That would be a good one. We'll be playing that a lot.
Yeah, we
I'm
will.
sure.
Again, it's an always online game, which is similar to Destiny.
Yep.
And which equally looks just as good. But I'm not entirely sure what I think of these totally online games, It's a great idea. No, it's fantastic, and they're great. But there's still something inside me that says, but maybe I want to play it where I don't have any internet, and I want to play it by myself for a while.
But the day now where you don't have internet is very
Yeah.
improbable.
Yeah, I know. It's just still something in my head, I don't want to have that restriction. So if my power goes out, if my power goes out, then I'm not going to be playing anything.
Yeah.
But if my internet goes out, then
Yeah.
I don't want to feel as though I can't play it, which is a little bit annoying. But I guess I'll move on with that.
Though.
Yeah.
That's us being brought up in an age where you don't need internet to play games. And you have a friend come round if you want to play together.
Yeah, true.
None of this party chat and
That's it.
speaking of the interwebs.
That's it. We were born with the split screen GoldenEye days,
Yep.
which were fantastic. They were great. Or split screen Mario Kart. Oh, amazing. I
Oh.
wonder what the first split screen game was.
Well,
Well, not necessarily split screen, but two play on the same screen. Probably Pong.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely,
that makes
definitely
sense.
Pong, yeah.
That makes sense.
There we go, that was easy.
I was thinking what other beautiful engines are out. Well, you've got Unreal 4, which again looks amazing.
Well, the new Call of Duty engine.
Well, it's not so
looks
much
nice,
new.
though.
Yeah, it looks nicer. I mean,
It's the
they've just
first
sort of
new engine.
polished it up a little bit. They haven't built a totally new engine.
New Frostbite engine.
The new Frostbite 3 engine, right? Yeah, that's pretty good. That's what's also powering Unreal what? What am I trying to say? Need for Speed Rivals. That's what it's powering.
Yeah.
Um,
Which
so
looks fantastic.
It does.
as well.
It looks really, really good. I think it can look better.
What's
but-
Killzone?
Killzone is being powered by. I'm not too sure actually. I think it might be.
Havoc.
Well, that's
that it?
physics, I believe,
Hmm.
for Havoc. But there are so many beautiful engines coming out for next gen that I really look forward to see how the power is used. I think last time we spoke in the podcast, the VGX Awards hadn't happened yet, and a few things did come out of that actually. So let's talk a little bit about that. One of those things was that Telltale Games,
Yeah.
who did the Walking Dead series, and have just released the first episode actually of Walking Dead Season 2, which we are about to review, with Clementine. They are doing a Game of Thrones game, which should be quite fun for those who have watched the series. Now, I've just started watching Game of Thrones, so I'm not entirely
Started
into
watching
it.
it.
Yeah, just started watching. Well, I'm near the end of the first season. I'm actually quite enjoying it.
'Cause
I'm
I've
surprised.
Just got the first book for my birthday.
Oh, yeah.
I asked for it.
Wow.
Because
That's
I'd
pretty
rather
cool.
read the books and I don't have time for watching so much TV.
Yeah,
It's like,
I tend to
40,
just-
50 minutes each episode.
Yeah, no, they are pretty long. But I guess that'll be pretty cool. It'll be pretty fun
It'd be
to...
interesting. Yeah.
um,
If they do it well,
experience it.
it could be fantastic.
Well, Telltale are actually very, very good. Have you played any Telltale games?
Name some more. I might have played. I might have
Back to
played.
the Future.
No.
Sam and Max,
No.
I believe. Sam and Max. I might have to show you some. But they're also doing a Borderlands interpretation as well of their own style.
Yeah, what is that though? What?
Well, it's hard to explain.
Well,
without
they're
actually showing
Walking
you.
Dead graphics are a lot cell shaded.
Well, yeah, it's going to be
Not like-
similar to that. But what it's going to be is you'll have certain areas where you'll be able to walk around and ask people questions, and then those questions will lead on to different things happening in the game. Then you'll have a certain amount of choices that will appear. So do you save someone? Do you not save someone? Do you go and get food? Do you do whatever?
So it's an RPG.
Kind of, but it's a lot more narrative driven. You can't just go anywhere you want.
Yeah.
It is within certain confined areas. Well, to certain games anyway. So you'll be placed, let's say in the Back to the Future one, you'll be placed on the main square of where, you know, lots of memorable things happen, and you'll be speaking to Doc Brown and lots of other characters in the process, trying to pursue the story, and someone will ask you to do a task for them, and you'll need to scour the streets and ask other people. It's a whole multi-branching affair, which is quite fun to see how they go do that with Borderlands and Game of Thrones. But again, they are developing those games themselves. It's not actually Gearbox who are doing the Borderlands episodic content. Just in case you're wondering whether they were going to have time to do... I was going to say, whether they have time to do Back to the Future, whether they have time to do Borderlands 3, which we both expect, don't we, Tom? Is happening and going to go on next gen.
Well, we've had a few hints and tips.
Hints and tips, kind of.
A few little comments from a few people.
Yeah, a few rumours
in the know.
lingering about.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Well, it's just a matter of when it's going to happen.
We might find out in January.
We might find out in January, or we might find out in E3.
Oh, that'd be good.
Or equally, both
Hands-on
is good.
surprise demo.
Oh, hands-on surprise demo
Can you
Borderlands
imagine?
3. That'd be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool.
Blow my mind.
So Telltale are doing Game of Thrones, they're doing Walking Dead Season 2, and they're doing Borderlands. So they've got 3 different franchises that they're taking care of. Isn't that too much? God, how big's the team? They got like
3 people.
2,000 people. One for each episode at a time.
Geniuses.
Yeah.
Genii.
Yeah, that works. So I'm just thinking, is there anything else in the news? Well, I guess we can move on to a little bit more on the main topics.
Yep. Big main topic.
Now, moving past this main topic that I'm currently pointing at and moving to the one at the end, because it sort of relates to the VGX
makes more
Awards.
sense,
So at the VGX Awards, they also announced that Crystal Dynamics were releasing another version, a remixed version of Tomb Raider 2013, which came out in March this year, February, somewhere along those lines. I want to say March. I'm going to say March, yeah. So it came out around about that time this year, and now it's coming out at the end of January, on January 28th, on next-gen consoles. Now, instead of just, putting a little extra graphical sheen to it, they haven't added any new content as such, but it's more to do with, the actual model of Lara, the actual character model that they've done for Lara has been redone as well. So her face has been redone.
More triangles. As in, not literally triangles, in the actual mesh model.
Well, yeah, but they've also creatively, they've changed the look of her face to see what it would be like in next gen. Sort of like this is what we imagine in next gen.
They picked up a PS4 and just experimented with it.
Well, yeah, exactly.
How much they can push the system to the limit to make it as
also
sounding as possible.
Also quite fun is her hair. Her hair isn't actually now like a being of its own. It actually moves about.
I thought
like
it did
normal hair would.
I thought it did on PS3 anyway.
Well, not quite as, it had its like
Not as
pre-made
natural.
movements. But here with the new physics, it's entirely free to do what it wants.
Ponytail physics are going to
the
be
ponytail physics are
on this
amazing.
One. Ben's going to have a fucking field day.
Yeah, Ben does like ponytail physics. He likes any physics, whether it's ponytail physics, rope physics, and Killzone, Shadowfall. Plenty of physics. He loves them. So he's gonna be incredibly excited with that, believe me. But going on to Tomb Raider, going past Tomb Raider even, there's also been another game that's making the current to next gen transition, which is Rayman Legends, which is gonna, I think, look even better than it already does. I mean, it's very simple.
Yeah, I was going to say
graphics.
There's not much.
Sort of 2D.
It'll just make it kind of more vivid and
more
exciting.
vivid. That's what I'm imagining. More colours, just more vivid colours.
Deeper range of colours.
Yeah, exactly, and just everything. Well, I don't know. It already runs very smoothly, but everything just being that little bit more chaotic.
Yeah.
So that really brings us on to what other games would you like to see from the current generation, whether it's of the last year or the last decade. What current gen games would you like to see the transition to next gen?
Yeah, the port.
So
Well, I think an obvious one would be Grand Theft Auto.
yes.
I think everyone's hoping for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit weird how it comes out at the end of a console life cycle, just at the cusp of it going on to next gen. Now, Rockstar, of course, are working on more story content for GTA.
Yeah.
I've yet to complete it myself.
Yeah, I haven't.
I really, really have to. But it really does beg the question of when, it's not really if, but when is it going to come to next gen? Because it's just been released. It's probably at least another 4 or 5 years until we get another Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Considering how big this one has been.
They should definitely be foolish not to.
Yeah.
It's not like £60 per game easily.
Yeah.
People are going to buy it.
But you think loads of people have just got a new console. They're not really playing it anymore. That's the thing.
Yeah,
They don't want to have to switch between their two consoles.
And we are prime examples right now.
Yeah, so I'm finding it hard to review stuff on PS3 because I don't want to just turn on my PS3 and... Ugh.
If you're looking at you, oh,
Yeah, like...
was I playing that?
I mean, do that.
Yeah. Ooh.
That's just...
But yeah, that would be
yeah.
an amazing one to whack online on PS4.
I would. So we've got Grand Theft Auto. The obvious ones, such as The Last of Us, would be nice,
Yeah,
although
that
I
would
don't think
be-
it's going to happen.
No.
Because Naughty Dog are too busy on Uncharted 4, which again was
Which would be
recently
good.
kind of announced.
Kind of announced.
Well, it was announced, and not under the name of Uncharted 4, just Uncharted.
No.
What other games? Skyrim.
Skyrim would be beautiful.
It would be great. Hopefully
just-
this time the transition between the Xbox 360 and PC versions to PlayStation's to Sony's console won't be quite as painful as it was for the PlayStation 3 and its weird architecture. Well, it's got the more... Yeah, it's a lot similar to the PC processing, so...
It is now.
Hopefully they're like, oh my god, yeah, we don't want to have to make another Skyrim because that would be ridiculous, so why not let's just make this one a lot better and look a lot better and
They
be
could,
60 frames per second and bang, put
they
it
could
on.
make it amazing.
It'd be great, everyone will buy that. And I know Skyrim Online is coming, but let's be
Skyrim
honest.
Online, Elder Scrolls Online, it's more than just Skyrim.
Oh, okay. Elder
Morrowind,
Scrolls Online. That is coming
Hammerfell,
June.
Daggerfall.
That's recently been announced for June on next gen. Next year.
I might have to fork the money.
But
out
it's
for that one.
subscription,
I
you
know,
see.
but
And
I've been
just-
talking to some people from uni, our
Mm.
little gaming society,
Yeah.
get on there, and we've come to the consensus, the agreement that all good kind of massively multiplayer RPGs, such as like if Skyrim was online, Elder Scrolls Online,
Yeah.
or World of Warcraft, all these successful ones are subscription based, and people are willing to pay the subscription because it's so good.
But
And I think the fan base will only grow bigger. Because if one person from the games... I've already said to the people at Games Society who's thinking of buying it, about 3 people replied, and I was like, okay, I'll get it then. Because it's great to play with people.
well, I think another question that's quite relevant is how long will it be until it goes free to play with microtransactions? DCU did it.
No, it was always free to play.
No, it wasn't.
Was it not?
No,
I swear it was.
it
I swear as soon
wasn't.
as it came out, I downloaded it on PS3.
It was not.
Really?
You can actually buy annual passes or 3-month passes for it now to have lots of extra content.
Yeah.
But no, it wasn't free to play.
I'd much rather pay a subscription and have the full game, none of this buying stuff in game. Unless it's with the
Well, yeah.
in-game currency, obviously.
Then there's also the likes of Star Wars: The Old Republic, which went from a monthly subscription to free to play
Oh.
because of the model it was on. So lots of people are like, actually, no, we don't want to pay for it. But Skyrim's what, $14.99 a month? It's
Yeah,
quite
but a month. Think how
expensive.
much you earn a month, though.
Yeah,
£890
in
a
the
month.
grand scheme of things, you can say it for anything. You can say that
Yeah,
with
you could.
accidental damage on your laptop or anything else. But then you have to put it in perspective. You're like, do I really
Depends how much
want
you're going to
to
pay for play it.
It's like half your average phone contract. It's like,
This is true.
I don't know.
What's
If
nearly-
I want to do that for Skyrim, Elder Scrolls. Bleh.
Blah, blah, blah.
I've only played about 2 hours of Skyrim on my PlayStation 3, and I do love it. And I really want to dip into it over the Christmas time, but I need to get all this review stuff out of the way
you
first.
won't have time.
But if they brought it to PlayStation 4, trust me when I say that I will be playing that for hours.
It's just a great game to just absorb into.
Yeah, I
Become
mean,
one with the game.
I like
Come on with
redheads.
the game, man.
I like redheads a lot, so I find a redhead, I take her outside, knock her unconscious or kill her, and then just unclothe her, drag her into a river, and see her just float away.
Or you could marry her.
I could marry her, but that's too much hassle.
And then kill her.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I need to work too hard
And
to
then
do
take her
that.
clothes.
That's too much hassle. I could just get it done with. Can we have kids in Skyrim?
You can adopt kids.
Oh.
Which is weird because I always play as elf characters.
Well, that's weird. Well, I hope in like the next one you can actually have kids, and there'll be like a time cycle of like 9 months in the game, and all of a sudden, bang! You get this phone call or this like carrier pigeon.
Phone call
or
from
this hawk or something will come down.
They
with
still
a little
ride
note
horses,
saying,
but they do have mobile phones.
Yes, with this hawk or this carrier raven or something like that will swoop down and
Carrier dragon.
and then say, have a little note attached to it saying your wife is in labour, and all of a sudden you'll teleport off back to
Fast travel.
back to your house, and then you'll have to deliver the baby. That could be its own mini game in itself. You know how games are coming with companion apps.
No, it'd be a quick time event. Press X. Oh god! Circle.
So, cut the umbilical cord. Press. Now you have to.
Or the touchpad or something. I cut vagina.
Now you have to hold down L2 and R2 at the same time, or just slowly press them down as the scissors. Like, oh god, getting too much into detail there, but it could work. It's like,
Present the idea.
Yeah.
Send off an email, and
Exactly.
you never know. We could be making millions by the end of the
Bethesda,
day.
you have new gold in your pockets. I'm just wondering what Bethesda, the publisher, are coming up with next, because they've got Shinji Mikami's Evil Within.
Oh,
it looks amazing! Can't wait. That's going to be on one of your.
No,
Yeah,
it's
it is.
not.
Of
It's
course
going to
it
be
is. Of course
fucking
it
under
is.
my shit because I don't
No,
want
it
to play it.
isn't. Now, for those who don't know, Tom is currently playing some scary games.
Little series we've got lined up.
Yeah, a little series. So he's playing scary games for a couple of bi-weekly episodes.
Yeah. We might. I think we're thinking of recording a few first before we
Yeah, then
release
putting
them.
a trailer out. We were supposed to
Yeah,
do that
trailer.
tonight, actually.
Yeah, we were. But we didn't get condemned. That's why.
That's it. Well, we do have other games in my collection. Saw and stuff like that. Dead Space 2. I know you've played Dead Space 2,
Yeah.
but it still helps that you can play it, Dead Space 2 again to get you even more scared. Where were we? I almost lost my train of thought.
Well, it never
so
happens.
Skyrim, amazing.
What other
F you.
games? What other games?
What other games would we like
What
to see
about-
to make the transition?
If Gearbox, maybe shove a delay on Borderlands 3 and bring it out maybe this time next year or something, or early year after that. Maybe Borderlands 2 might be
Well, they already bring it to Vita. Well, probably not.
much harder to bring it to PlayStation 4. It'd be nice. It'd be a lot.
Yeah, but then
It'd
again,
be good.
Borderlands 3... I mean, Borderlands 3, if it does exist, probably won't come out until 2015.
Yeah.
It's not going to come out next year.
Early.
There's going to be a lot announced next year, I think. But I highly doubt it's going to be coming out next year.
Yeah, it'd be
Even
amazing.
though it was like 2
What?
years, 3 years. It'll be 3 years then, I think, since it came out.
And to take Arkham Origins, for example.
Yeah,
That's the
Arkham
fastest
Oranges.
announcement release time period ever.
Sorry?
Like, they announced it. It was like 3 months and it released.
Yeah, no, I mean that was pretty quick. I think they had the benefit, of course, that they had an entirely different studio other than Rocksteady working on it for quite a while. Now Rocksteady's new Batman game, which last podcast I predicted that they were going to announce at the BGX Awards. Unfortunately, they didn't. I imagine that Warner Brothers are holding back in the wings until the new year to announce it in a better fashion, bigger fashion, and then I expect it to be released actually on consoles 2015, not the end of next year, because I think they want to give the franchise a little bit of a breather. Well, I implore you, Warner Brothers, to give the franchise a little bit of a breather, because I don't want to have a Batman game every year. Okay, I just feel too
don't want
spoiled.
that. Don't want that.
Too spoiled. Okay, and I want
That's what ruins franchises.
I want Rocksteady to spend the next 4 years doing this Batman game with a
4 years?
full roaming Gotham City. Well, come on, if you want to do it on Unreal Engine 4, then, But then I have this, like daunting suspicion that they're going to release it on current gen and it's not going to reach its maximum potential.
Oh god, if they did that. Jeez. Big mistake.
Well, hopefully Arkham Origins was the last one on current gen.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Stupid if it wasn't.
So I really hope that. Let's have a little think. Now, not necessarily of the last year, but what about before that? what other games would make a really good transition to next gen?
Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption,
But that's
yeah.
very similar to Skyrim, obviously.
Well, and also there is a possibility that Red Dead Redemption 2 is on its way,
Ooh.
which I suspect is on next gen, because there's been lots of hints placed around the Red Dead Redemption series. And, when you think about it, a lot of games that Rockstar do, they always sort of have in mind for a bigger plan sometimes. Okay, maybe I'm just saying that. I'm just saying that because of the Red Dead Redemption 1 that they put out on PS2, and also the fact that they do GTA. They haven't done a sequel to LA Noire or Bully, or they on to Manhunt. Maybe Manhunt 3 will come out. Even more gore, even more controversy.
Manhunt 1 banned.
Yeah, and then it was unbanned. Then it was unbanned, and then Manhunt 2 was banned because with the Wii remote you would actually have to do the hacking, and then they had to edit the whole game. So then when you did do the hacking, it would blur to this like static vision, and you wouldn't be able to see what was going on. But that's a bit ridiculous. Oh my god! I remember feverishly looking on Amazon.fr because in France they were selling it because it wasn't banned. I was like, oh please, yeah, I want to buy this. But such is the world of a kid. I say a kid. It was like maybe. Oh no, it was quite a while ago. It must have been like 7 years ago. Goodness me.
Yeah, jeez.
Whew, that is a while ago.
Whippersnapper back
Yeah, a
then.
little whippersnapper. So yeah, I'm just thinking, any other games?
Well,
Listeners,
think-
if you have any opinions on what you'd like to see brought to next gen from the last generation, then head over to facebook.com/start replay media and send us a post on our wall, and we'll respond and add your comments in the next podcast, which will probably be the New Year one, if we manage to record one again before New Year, and it'll be a nice little compilation one. Sorry, carry on, Tom.
Well, we both have game wallets.
Game wallets.
Yeah, I'm trying to visualise my wallet in my head. I thought Splinter Cell.
Splinter
Possibly,
Cell
yeah,
would be nice.
It'd be nice, but it's not something that I desperately
It's
crave.
not necessary. But the thing is, as I go through my game wallet here, and I'll just swipe through a little bit. You've got the Call of Duties. Yeah,
No.
we'll get a new one next year, of course. Deus Ex. There's going to be a new one on its way.
A nice Spider-Man game, actually. A nice new...
Well, you have Spider-Man
refreshing-
2 coming out with the new movie next.
Spider-Man 2?
Yeah.
What, the original one?
No. Spider-Man 2 is in The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh, God, don't
coming
get me
out.
excited like that.
Well, it's coming
Come
out with
on.
the movie. Surely Beanox, I think it's Beanox, they've done the Spider-Man games for the last few years. Well, for ages now. So you'd think that now with next gen they'll be able to add that little bit of magic.
But was the Amazing Spider-Man, the original game, any good? Did you play it? You did play it,
It was
didn't you?
getting better. Yeah.
But was it free roam?
Yes, of course.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Oh, snaps.
Yeah, no, it was getting better, and the swinging was definitely there. I'm just not too sure what they need to add. Maybe they need to re-add the pizza missions where you have to deliver pizzas.
Oh, they were
or get
great.
balloons, or just to add some really
little
abstract
side
pieces.
bits, side
Yeah.
missions.
Now, of course, there are games like Injustice. That's already made the leap, although not particularly.
Well, just...
It just
It's just, yeah,
nothing special about it. It's just there.
it just means you can play it on
Dishonored.
the console.
That team are already working on a new game, which it might be Prey 2 or a new Dishonored one.
All
of the two.
Stars.
All Stars. Nah, they're making an All Stars 2 most probably.
Really? But there's not much
Yeah.
you can do.
Well, they can try and reclaim. Crash Bandicoot, and maybe put Abe on Odyssey and all the
Oh,
other people.
can you
Oh my
imagine?
god, you've got the new Abe's Odyssey.
Oh, shit!
Nice and tasty,
Oh, what was it?
something like that.
Oh, it was
That's
something
coming
like
out early next year.
I
Should be
forgot about
amazing.
that. That'd be good.
SSX. Now,
Yeah.
I love, as I've said before, I love snow. I just love the look of it. I love skiing. I just love snow. So to have a new SSX with amazing snow physics, I
Yeah.
know my little geeky rant going on here, amazing snow physics would just make me feel so comfy.
Young and free.
Yes, so young and free, because I don't feel young and free enough as it is now.
No.
Infamous, that's already coming out
Yeah,
in March,
exactly.
which I'm looking forward to a lot. You've got
Uncharted
games.
coming out.
Wow, you've got Half-Life 3.
Oh.
Perhaps we'll see some light at the end of the tunnel for that game next year, but I'm not holding my breath because I'll most
Maybe a
likely
Portal
die.
3?
Portal 3, possibly.
Never know.
Left 4 Dead 3 is
Yeah.
looking like it's going to become a reality.
A new Mass Effect, maybe.
New Mass Effect, actually, we are apparently due some more information next year from BioWare on the next one, because they've been working heavily on this new one. So they've already got a script ready. It's going to be a total reboot in a sense, where it doesn't continue Commander Shepard's original story, but it's still going to be in the same universe, kind of. But I'm really looking forward to that, because I played the first one. I downloaded it on my PlayStation when it came available, because of course it was always a Microsoft exclusive.
Yeah.
Because I think Microsoft published it. But anyway, it made the jump, and I played as a woman throughout, and I really enjoyed it. So now I need to continue her character over 2 and 3. All these games I need to play. Again,
it's not enough time.
it's ridiculous.
It's not enough time.
I don't even know I'm going to finish this rhyme. Now, there's Assassin's Creed. The new Assassin's Creed, they're going to continue doing it annually, which they may do.
I hope they don't.
We'll see one next year.
There's not much else you can improve on. It's just give yourself a break. Give yourself a chance.
Yeah, well, money.
That game,
You've got a new Far Cry, I think, in the making.
but that on Far Cry 3
Far Cry
would be
3 would be nice. Yeah,
would be
I think-
amazing.
Yeah, no, it'd be
That
pretty
would be
cool.
really good.
We've already said Skyrim. We've already said The Last of Us. There aren't really
No,
a lot more games from last gen that spring to mind.
a nice Star Wars game.
I'd be surprised if Dark Souls 2 didn't make the jump. Now, Dark Souls 2 is coming out next March for last gen, and with how many people buying next gen consoles, with Sony already selling nearly, God, how much? Sony have nearly sold, I think, 3 million PlayStation 4s.
Excuse me. Yeah, it's a staggering amount.
Well, last time I checked, it was like 2.1.
It's going very well.
But I wouldn't be surprised if in the next month they'll be nearing 3.1, if not more.
We got Christmas. People are going to ask them for Christmas and not get them, so then
Yeah,
they'll get them
yeah, that's
afterwards.
true.
And
A lot of people.
get some stock. I think at the beginning of the new year we'll sell a lot at the beginning.
Well, actually, Sony said shortly after their launch that theirs was their the biggest launch in console history, and then Microsoft said the Xbox One was the fastest selling launch in console history. So they both have their own little things to say.
Well, yeah, because Xbox is saying we've sold the most units in, let's say, a day than we ever have, but then Sony have just sold.
No, I think
so many
overall
units.
it's complicated because the Xbox One is available in less territories than the PlayStation 4 is. PlayStation 4 is...
They can't physically sell as many.
Yeah,
units, really.
well, the PlayStation 4 is now available in 48 territories. So we'll see over the next month how that progresses.
Loads. It's
Yeah, it'll be
ridiculous.
awesome. Absolutely awesome. Now you've got games that are coming out still, again, like as I said, Dark Souls 2, which I think is going to make the jump. I'd be surprised if it didn't.
Well, Matt would be
It'd
very
silly.
happy if it did.
Oh yeah, Matt
professional
is
Dark
a
Souls player.
fantastic Dark Souls player, and he's one of the few people at Eurogamer to actually beat the boss on the Dark Souls 2 demo they had, and he was just one person away from winning their Dark Souls 2 prize, which I think was a PlayStation 3 or something like that. I'm not too sure. It was a console. Anyway.
A Wii U.
Oh, Wii U.
God, take
no,
it away from me.
No, you can have it. I'll sell it to you. Oh no, actually I don't want
I'll
to sell
pay you money for me to not
Yeah,
have it.
I'll pay you to take it from me. Oh my god, that actually brings me on to the VGX again, the VGX Awards. Nintendo were rumoured to have something. I think even they said, the VGX people, Jeff Keighley, who I met at E3 very shortly. He said that Nintendo were going to announce something new and a never before seen Wii U title. Everyone was getting really excited.
Jesus.
Really excited. Something. What could it be? Could it be Zelda? Could it be something else? And then Reggie Fils-Aimé, Reggie from Nintendo, one of the head honchos, he came out with one of his colleagues, and they just started playing Donkey Kong. The new Donkey Kong game. I've totally forgotten the name. But they showed off 2 new levels and a new character, and then they just got grilled by the presenters about, are they going to show Metroid? Are they going to show a new Metroid Prime game? Or what's going on? And they were really taking the mick out of him. It was just becoming this really big banter. And there are lots of memes about Reggie. So they were showing the memes about him and saying, "Oh, Reggie, do you think we could create a new meme for you now? What would angry Reggie look like?" and stuff like this. And they were really having a go at him. And I could not stop laughing because I was like, "Oh my god, millions of people are watching this. How can they do this to one of the
It just
big
seems
people?"
like they were, you know, at school or college or university or wherever in the workplace, and you've been asked to do a presentation, and you put it off and off and off and off until the night before, and you just throw together some haphazard thing, which you then regret when you come to do it because you're just underprepared, and then what you say is just a bit shit and short, and then people go, "Well, what about the rest?" It seems like that they just kind of not prepared, and so they decide to show something else, and
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah.
Again, as I've said in so many podcasts, I feel very sorry for Nintendo, and I just really do not know what they're going to do, because the Wii U is good, I guess.
I do want one. I do want one.
I do. No, I do too.
If they fall in price, I will buy myself one.
If they make a special Zelda-esque console with a Triforce on it, then
Match my brand new hat as
the
my
brand new
Christmas
hat
present
that
for
I
Josh.
that I bought Tom, then yes, I think
Zelda
I might buy one.
snapback. Yeah, if it had a Zelda fucking
Oh,
thing on it,
that'd be
fucking
great.
jizz everywhere.
But again, that's just
Sorry.
it's
Crude.
just trying to muddle the waters to look and say no third-party developers are really backing the console. You don't have your Grand Theft Autos and even your ports.
But that's not what I want to play on a
that's
Nintendo. I
that's
buy
true.
Nintendo for their games.
But they're not releasing enough to warrant the
Smash
purchase.
Brothers,
Yeah, once
Mario
that all comes out,
Kart,
yeah,
and
once-
any Mario game, and
So next year, when that comes out, then I'll get the console. I'll get the whole rafter of Wii U games that's been released over the last year. That's when I'll buy a Wii U. So Nintendo, release those games, and I'll buy a Wii U.
There you go. You have guaranteed money from the two of us.
Especially when it's dropped in price. But then we say it dropped in price, and we spent £350 or £450 on a next gen console, and we're like,
Yeah, but we know.
we're like
what's going on,
£200
Matt. We know
new,
what's-
and we've got Vitas that we rarely play at the moment.
I actually did play quite a lot of it.
At a certain period of time, yes.
Yeah, I
but think
played a lot
about
of
if you
FIFA.
spent that money.
Spend the money.
Think
Spend
about
the monies.
think about when you spend that money. Spend that money on me. Oh, Aben. So, yeah, no, I think the Wii U. I'm just a bit upset about it. Now, our next topic. This is going on from one of our rival gaming podcast topic, which is celebrating the life of the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. That rival gaming podcast is Ready Game Fire, with the lovely Chris Fox and Michael Power. Michael Power, who is currently at Sega. And they did this topic on one of their recent podcasts, just celebrating the life, really, of last gen. So I
been a
want
big one.
us to take a few moments to celebrate.
With like a minute's silence.
A minute's silence for the Wii U and its impending death. Okay, no, let's not have that. But anyway, I got a PlayStation 3 on the next gen launch. And actually, no, that's a big lie. On the first next gen launch, shortly after its release, I got an Xbox 360. And I got it with Gears of War
What?
and Call of Duty 3. And oh my god, HDMI, oh my god, HDMI. Glossy graphics, everything looked so pretty. It was amazing. It was fantastic. And I remember, I didn't queue up for that launch, but I remember getting it from HMV, and I got it, and I had to go around to a friend's house because he had a HD TV, and he had a HDMI port, and I plugged it in, I turned it on, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And even though the archaic menu systems were still there, it was all still new, and it was all just really cool, and I just couldn't believe it. And then, shortly after, the PlayStation 3 came out. And actually, my first time playing the PlayStation 3 was at a game convention at the Science Museum or Technology Museum in London. And
What, next to Natural History Museum?
yeah, and
Science.
people were queuing up to play the PlayStation 3. and people were queuing up, and they had tickets. They had specific tickets they had, and anyway, somehow I got in the line, and I didn't have a ticket, or I found one on the ground, and I just sort of walked up, said, "Oh yeah, can I play it?" And I played it on this massive Sony TV, and it was MotorStorm. And I remember seeing the mud and everything. I remember seeing all these graphics, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing! I can't wait." And so then the console came out, and of course it really flopped in a lot of senses, least of all because of the price. And I remember saving up a lot, and I spent £425, not including buying Resistance. And I went to my game store, and I got it. I was like, yeah, this is great, but crap, does it weigh a ton. So I went to Preston, near where I used to live up north, and I got the train, and I got it, and I went back, and damn, that was one heavy console. But I turned it on, and I had my Wii console again, which I got at launch, and that was really, really cool. But I returned my Xbox 360, you see, because over its lifetime, I've had an Xbox 360, I think, twice.
What?
Yes.
Twice?
Yeah. So I've had one. I had one when. I had one originally when it came out, the proper fat one, and then I returned it, least of all because of the noise that it would make. It was just like firing up a jet engine. And then I... Exactly. And then... it sounded as though it was screaming for help. It was like... And
Sorry.
then I saw them release the Slimline one, which didn't hardly made any sound. And that was actually a big factor for me getting it, because I didn't want to hear a jet engine going off from time to play the console. It's a bit silly.
No.
And I'm just a sucker for every new revision of console. I used to be, so I always used to do an unboxing video, and that's quite funny actually, because even before doing this website and doing Start Replay, and doing unboxing videos, I did them when I was a kid. So with the PlayStation 3 and with the Xbox 360. I did put a camera in front of me, and I took them out, and I looked at some old ones. I remember seeing the excitement in my eyes. I was like, "Oh my god, look at that!"
Nothing would have changed.
Yeah, look at me taking this console, and it's just so bizarre looking back. But anyway, then I got the Xbox 360 for the second time, and I loved it. And I got a handful of games. I got Left 4 Dead, I got Mass Effect, I got Splinter Cell Double Agent, which is one of the main reasons I got it, because it wasn't released on PlayStation, and I love the Splinter Cell series. And I say that having not completed the latest Splinter Cell
Blacklist.
Wait, that's it.
No,
yeah, it's
I
Blacklist.
finished that either, actually.
Which, again, I love the game, but now I've gotten into reviewing games and writing about them and doing all this Start Replay gear aside my normal work. I just don't have time, and it's really, really sad. But hopefully sometime soon I'm going to be able to just slowly troll through the games on my last gen list.
Take a holiday.
Yeah, take a holiday. Troll through my games of the last gen, complete them, and then just sort of forget about them for a little bit until I dive back into them for a little bit.
I thought you were saying until I die.
And maybe until I die. But yeah, I just couldn't juggle really between having a PlayStation and a Xbox, because I like having a dedicated system with all my trophies and all my friends and all the games I love.
Yeah.
And sure, Halo was great, and I played Halo 3
Ooh,
and all those bits. I remember taking it to my grand's one time and just finishing Halo 3, and I got the Legendary Edition with the helmet, and that was great. But I just couldn't deal with having two lots and putting my focus on both consoles. So then I just stuck to my PlayStation. I returned my Xbox for another time. I just haven't got one since. And again, I'm very, very tempted
with an Xbox One.
With an Xbox One,
I
yeah.
am.
I'm very tempted.
If I did have enough money to throw away,
yeah,
meant in the nicest way possible, on an Xbox One, I certainly would, because it's just nice to have both. And,
it'd be cool.
Especially
for coverage. We've been to a few Xbox parties. I'd like to think that we do some coverage.
But we don't.
But unfortunately...
Yeah, it'd be good for the website as well to be doing.
It would. But I think we need a few more people.
Yeah.
If we're going to be doing Xbox coverage more in depth.
Xbox devoted writers.
Xbox devoted writers, exactly. X drones.
Well, I'm like you. I've never owned an Xbox.
You've never owned an Xbox?
Never. I've been very close,
Tell me
close to
your
buying it.
story of last gen's inception for you.
Well, I'm gonna skip before that because I was always slow to the party with the gaming. I loved gaming from a young age. My brother had a Nintendo 64, which I played the shit out of, for want of a better word. Which my parents then said broke, but thinking about it now, I don't think it broke. I think it's because I played it too much, which has always been an issue with me, playing too many games with my parents. But then obviously the PlayStation 1 was around, so I used to go around friends' houses and we used to play that for hours. And I was never lucky enough to have one, unfortunately, but I did get my fair share of playing. And PlayStation 2, I did manage to convince my parents as a Christmas/birthday treat, because I'm born in December, so I have joint presents sometimes if they're quite big. So, like, for example, PlayStation 2. The PlayStation 3, on the other hand, I remember the earliest experience with it was with my friend John from school, a good friend of mine. I used to go to his house quite a lot, and he got one. And I remember playing Resistance a lot. That was a big game back then, and I just look at the graphics and marvel. That and Heavenly Sword, which he used to, in some ways, kind of reminds me of Matt Evans playing Dark Souls, because it seems that wow. Well, Josh is showing me a little bit of a video of unboxing the PlayStation 3 Slim, but PlayStation 3, yeah. So I used to play it with my friend John. And I'd look at the graphics and think that's just unreal. And then Burnout Paradise came out. And that was just... we used to play it so much. It was just amazing. I was always really, really wishing I could get one. And I only managed to get one. Actually, it was a PlayStation 3 Slim was the first one I had. When that first came out, the first Christmas it was released,
Which is coincidentally the one I'm currently unboxing on the video.
Yeah. And that came with a selection of games. I think it was actually Burnout Paradise and Lego... Star Wars, two very good games, and yeah, I've been building up my game collection ever since. I'm actually quite a big fan of not cheating, bending the system to my will a little bit, whether that's phones, games, gaming consoles, computers. I always like to see how far I can push it with sometimes cheating, but not just entering a code, kind of like the more technical stuff.
Technical cheating.
Yeah, technical cheating, where it actually takes a bit of brains to get around it. I enjoy doing that. But with PlayStation 3, the original ones, if you had the right firmware, and the PlayStation 3 Fat, an old one, you could, if, for example, downgrade your system, start messing around inside, and essentially... you can start borrowing games from friends or renting them out, which is like £3, £5, and copy them onto your PlayStation 3. And if you've obviously got an external hard drive plugged in, you'd transfer them onto there and have all your games, all of them just disc-free, loaded up onto your hard drive, which just obviously...
Are you trying to tell me that you're a pirate?
Gar. Yes, I am a bit. But that was
a pirate.
That was my intention. So I did buy actually a 60 gig PS3 in my second year of uni, second and final year of university, and took me ages to try and get one cheap. I was bidding on eBay for weeks on end. I think I spent about £80 on it actually in the end, which is not bad for an old one. It was in lovely condition, absolutely fantastic condition for how old it was. It was just the console, mind you, because I obviously didn't need controllers or games or leads.
But do you remember the excitement about having a next gen console? That little boy inside of you was like, "Oh my god, screw this PS2."
That happened twice with me, because I got the PlayStation 3.
Right.
Obviously, you've got component cables come with it, not HDMI.
Yeah.
Because not all TVs were HD ready. We were fortunate enough to have an HD ready TV at home, but I didn't have the cable. So for a good month, I was playing Modern Warfare 2. Actually, was the first one I bought. For about a month with component cables, and it was still amazing because it was like PlayStation 3 Modern Warfare 2. Oh my god, it's just so good. But literally, as soon as I put the HDMI in, I was like, whoa there, pony. Amazing, absolutely amazing, like just mind-boggling. Do you remember us playing the first or seeing the first HD, like the XMB, first time in HD?
Yeah,
it was just like
crisp and clear.
Yeah, I was like,
everything
I've
was
been missing
smaller
this.
but more
Yeah.
detailed.
Yeah, it was just unreal. You were just like, how have I been playing with component and shitty
Well, it's scars
standard
and
quality?
things.
Yeah,
Because
Scar.
it's funny. One of my mum's friends, like obviously a lot older than me, he just got a PlayStation 3 and he was playing it through his high definition telly just with a SCART. And then I said, "Oh, you need to be using HDMI." He's like, "What's that?" I'm like, "Oh my god,
You have not experienced on
use
gaming. It's like,
HDMI. Oh my god, you're such a blocky picture on your lovely TV. How can you?"
yeah,
not
for the
do
last
this?"
year of uni, my friend had a PS3 and he plays a lot of FIFA and Black Ops, the original one. They were the only two games he plays. He's got a tiny little TV, maybe like a 17-inch, like tiny
Yeah.
little Babble one like I had at uni as well.
Yeah.
But over the whole course of, 2 years actually, because he had it in the first year, he never bought an HDMI cable, ever. And
Oh
I
my
go into his
God.
room, he's playing FIFA or Black
Oh my
Ops, I'm like,
God.
what? I don't even know what you're playing because it's so blurry. Let me go get my glasses and I'll help you out.
But another thing is games don't cater anymore for the older pictures, so text on screen. And things.
Oh, it would be so small. You wouldn't be
Yeah,
able
and
to
you
read
can't
it.
read it. That's on some games like Mass Effect and stuff. You're not able to read on
Yeah,
smaller.
you wouldn't be able to. But it's I just remember that the first time I saw it on HD on my screen at home, it's just amazing. So good.
But now you've got 4K TVs out. Even though games
This
aren't
is-
going to be supported in that, but you'll have movies.
But
Which
I
is
could
pretty fun.
just brag about like
Brag about.
PC and all that.
You could.
I did for my own comparison, because I always thought Injustice to look a bit kind of stiff
Well, it's
graphics-wise.
more
you know
the
what I mean?
engine than anything else with Unreal 4.
But-
Unreal 3. What am I talking about?
3.
Yeah, Unreal Engine 3.
Yeah.
So,
But I'd actually downloaded it on my computer illegally, guys. Whoa.
whoa.
Back up
Call the
there.
police.
The
The police
but
there.
just for
Tom,
my own
sorry, it's
comparison.
time for you to go to jail.
Okay, goodbye. Boo. For my own comparison, I did download it just to see what it's because I know a lot of games you obviously play on PlayStation 3 and play on PC, and PC people be like, "Oh, it's so much better." But I thought I'd download Injustice for my own.
I didn't know PC players had a different dialect.
Yeah, they do. They speak like twats.
Harsh. Whoa. Harsh.
Elitists.
Harsh. Aren't you a PC elitist?
No, I'm not.
Weren't you a PC elitist?
No.
What
I've
about
never
Ben?
have been.
Ben's a PC elitist.
A little bit.
A little bit.
He
So you
gets
just
his
called
lactose.
Ben a twat.
You told Ben a twat.
You just called Ben a twat.
Oh, no. She's not full elitist. Anyway, we're
Alright.
rambling.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, the graphics are fantastic. They are really good. Better than PlayStation 4 looks anyway, I think.
What, on PC?
Yeah, it just looks nicer.
Well, they have to get there. Next gen consoles. They have to, they're just being ushered in. They've just had their birth. And now the baby needs to start opening its eyes. Might need to be cleaned off a little bit. And then it needs to learn to walk. And as soon as it learns to walk, which will be very soon, it'll learn to run. And it'll learn to do things and make breakfast. And it'll learn to walk by itself to school. And it'll learn to take its own tests. And it'll learn about love. And it'll learn about drinking. And it'll learn about all the little peer pressure things such as smoking, taking drugs. And then, before you know it, at the end of the life cycle of this PlayStation 4, it's learned so much and done so much more than you could ever fathom. That little PC elitist boy, the rich kid at school, the little snob who had everything from the beginning, he doesn't seem so appealing right now.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Where were we?
So yes, it's celebrating the good games. I mean, in the top 5 franchise. Actually, no. Tell you what, I'm going to rip it straight from their podcast.
No! Put that phone down. No! Don't you dare. No.
Sorry, Chris. Sorry, Mike.
No. We have our own ideas here. We're our own independent men.
Okay. No, I was just going to say they were sort of doing an awards thing for like the top 5 or top 3 franchises or new games over this new generation. Of course, you've had Gears of War, you've had Left 4 Dead, you've had Uncharted, you've had games like The Last of Us, the Mass Effect series, the Resistance, the Arkham series.
What would you say on each console? So on PS3. No, let's go for Xbox 360.
No.
The top 5 games.
Top 5 games on Xbox 360. Halo 4, Left 4 Dead 2.
Halo 4.
Mass Effect 2.
Was that 3? 3 of them.
Ooh.
Just the best 5, not really. Yeah, the best 5. No particular.
Only
order.
on Xbox?
Just for Xbox for now, because like Halo and Gears
Sure.
of War didn't come out on PS3.
Okay,
it's
so
unfair.
Halo, Gears of War, the Mass
Which-
Effect
which
series
Halo?
are on both.
Which Halo though?
Halo 4.
Halo 4, not Halo 3.
I've never played Halo 4, but I imagine it's the best.
No. Halo 3,
Alright, Halo 3.
much better.
Halo 3.
Yeah, 1.
Gears of War, I've only played Gears of War 1 and some of 2.
Okay, well 1, that's fine.
So Gears of War. Left 4 Dead 2 for the short amount I played of it. So Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah, that's a good game.
And then Alan Wake was pretty cool, I guess. Don't know if it's the best. And then you've got Splinter Cell Conviction.
Yeah, I probably agree with that.
Kind of.
Definitely Halo 3
Right.
and throw Gears up. I'm not the biggest fan of Gears of War, but I do see the appeal.
Yeah.
Um,
We have a chainsaw gun. What more do you want?
exactly. Or what about PS3? Because I still Resistance Fallen Man I think is one of the best games. I love it.
Yeah, I didn't really get into it. I played the first one, loved it, or kind of loved it because it was new and
Yeah,
shiny.
Fall of Man, isn't it?
And then I guess, yeah. And then
Yeah.
I didn't play. Well, I kind of played the second, and
Didn't
now
play
and
the
I've got
second.
the third, and it looks pretty cool. But I just
Don't play
now they're next gen. There's so many games in the last gen
The
that I need to
first
play.
one.
My pile of shame is growing by the day, and I need a cure for it. Okay, because otherwise
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
called
have
bin.
piles of shame everywhere.
It's been
No, cannot do
No!
it. I need to 100%.
a gamer does
perfect
not
them.
throw away his games. He keeps
Hey.
them. No
Well-
cash for.
It's funny you say that because I went through a small transition about a year and a half ago where I traded in probably about 12 games, 13 games. And
You used to get your
I
games,
sort of-
play them, then trade them in.
yeah, but I sort of had an exodus of such. You know, I was like, "Oh, I don't know why I'm playing games. I don't really. My priorities have changed. I was like, oh God, I'm growing up.
Are you okay, Josh?
I'm growing up. This
That's
is
what I was
terrible."
worried about at the end of this old gen cycle.
Yeah.
And now I've got this new one. Now I can assure you it is freshly kindled and roaring,
Roaring fire of passion.
burning deep in my heart.
Yeah, so I was a little bit on edge, and then it sort of came back, and I'm happy for that. Now, of course, we do more website stuff, so
Yeah.
that helps. Going to E3 and just finding a different pattern to follow with games. Not so much a different pattern, but a
Just
different
aimless
avenue.
playing.
Different avenue. You know,
There's
you're
more
finding out more
reason
about the
behind it.
community and the developers behind the games
Yeah.
and the creative side and the
Real
passion burning there.
Scratching below the surface. Now.
Yeah, but also, you know, like all the voice actors we've met. Troy Baker, Roger Craig Smith, Ashley Johnson.
Oh, what a babe.
She's a very nice girl. And just their passion behind video games. And it's just a whole different side. It's the entertainment industry as a whole, but getting a whole different take on it. More in a professional stance rather than being one of the fanboys just sweating in the corner and having greasy hands.
That is the
That's
dictionary
the-
perfect
yeah.
definition of a fanboy.
Of a fanboy. Sitting in the corner, greasy with sweaty palms.
No, sweating with greasy palms.
Sweating with greasy palms
I
and
think is
greasy
what you
hair.
said the first time.
And very large.
What-
That's
wow.
stereotypical. That's stereotypical. I'm
Yeah, a
sorry.
bit judgmental.
I'm sorry.
Jesus.
So yeah, then it's cool.
That's really
It's
cool.
cool.
I'm just very excited for everything. For
So,
the
thank
next
you.
7 years.
Thank you, last gen, and
Yeah.
and you know, notable ones. I have to say, notable games that have changed gaming as a whole. The Last of Us,
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 5, the Uncharted series. Have you
Yeah,
played
yeah.
the Uncharted series?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love them.
Good.
Absolutely love them.
Good.
Oh, that's another one that came with my PS3 when I first got it.
Uncharted
2.
2. I
Very
remember
good.
playing Uncharted 1.
I played a little bit of 1.
I remember it was out for a year already, and I hadn't played it, and I heard all this, you know, this mixed reception. There were people sort of like, "Oh my god, you can go in water, and then your clothes will look wet," and all this stuff, and it was all
Yeah.
technically very impressive, and the story was also meant to be very, very good. Anyway, I picked it up a year later, when they actually introduced trophies and introduced a trophy patch, so I got it at the best. And it was actually my first platinum trophy, so I found all the treasures and did all the things. And that was my first game into an addictive territory of trophies. And it was great. It's been fantastic ever since. Oh my god, it's so cool. But quickly going back to, you were saying being about addicted to games. Scarily addicted at some points. Well,
Yeah.
I had this gent come into the store the other day where I work, and he was going to buy. Well, he was buying an Xbox 360. He was buying 2 for both his sons. And I think he had 4 boys. Yeah. So his eldest at one point got so addicted to online gaming that he'd just crash out for 2 hours and then play games and then have another 2 hours sleep, go to school, and then come back, crash, and then do it all over again.
Yeah.
And then he developed, I forgot what he said, but he developed this, this problem with his sleeping or just mentally. He had to go on pills, and he's still on pills now to try and...
Jesus.
I don't know, I think it was a deficiency in something, but it was just
Sleep.
that... Yeah,
Sleep
insomnia.
deficiency.
It was probably insomnia. But it was just telling me that, and I was like, wow, that was pretty crazy. And I can see how easily it's done, because I remember in Call of Duty, when that started to come out,
Well, yeah.
it's very addictive, very addictive. I was like, oh my god, I've got to get a kill streak. It's very much like fast food.
Skyrim and Modern Warfare 3, where it was in my first year of uni, so I had my... I never did work at uni. I rarely went to the lectures, maybe for like the first half of the first term. I didn't really do work or anything. I was there for the fun, and that's why I've dropped out. But best 2 years of my life. But the first year I had, lucky enough to have quite nice rooms, had the bed in there, I had an ensuite, so a shower and
Shower in
sink
the
and-
kitchen.
No, I did have a kitchen in my room as
Oh,
well. I
okay.
never had to leave my room for anything apart from food. I'd
Wow.
take the rubbish out. I could eat, sheets.
Wow.
I could eat, shit, and sleep all in the same place, all in the same room. And I also had my desk was right next to my bed. I'd leave my controller next to my bed. I'd play games. Let's say I start playing games midday, Modern Warfare 3, for example. Play it, shove some food on quickly, microwave meal, keep playing, or just order something in. Keep playing
Goodness.
until, let's say, 3, 4, 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
Wake up, turn it on.
Well, that was a gap from when we didn't speak. We met each other briefly.
Yeah, there
We were
was- there
friends,
was
and
a
then all
big
of a
lapse.
sudden,
It was
didn't-
kind of the end of the first year,
yeah,
maybe. It was,
something like that.
yeah, that was a big lapse. But yeah, that was me. And so I'd wake up, not really do anything, not maybe have a glass of water and a fag, turn on the PS3, light another fag, and keep playing. And just
Yeah,
that was literally my life for a good couple of months. Oh, it was great.
sounds
It
pretty
was
good.
fantastic. I wish I could do that again.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So that's a celebration of last gen, and it's been a great time. It's been a very long time. Do you think though that this generation is going to be shorter as technology is progressing faster? I think Sony Europe said, especially in the UK, they see that happening because the UK
Potentially.
are like 5 years instead of
But
7.
They could make more out of it if they left it. Because you think technology,
Make
more
them
technology.
upgradable.
No, because then
Make
you're,
it
then
into
you're
a
getting
PC.
onto exactly. Like, you've got the hard drive, but no. La 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 la. You could, because technology is changing every day. More technology is being discovered and invented. That yes, you could have a new PS4 or PS5 or whatever the next iteration would be in, let's say, 4 or 5 years. But then surely they'd be better off making it the same amount, for example, 7 years, and having something not just better, but amazingly better. Like PS3 to PS4 is such a big leap. But if you do it in the next 3 years, yes, there'll be a big
Well, it's
leap,
not
but it
quite
won't
as
be
big as it was with PS2 to PS3.
not quite as big. No, 'cause it's still the same basis. It's online play and all this downloading stuff and high
Yeah.
def. But if you leave it 3 years, there's going to be some advancements which some people might want and would pay for. But then if you leave it 7 to 10 years, there's going to be 3 times as many advancements, and it's going to be just like, I don't even know what they could bring into it. I've no idea.
Well, we look
10
forward.
years time, what?
Oh, I have no idea. God,
Literally not.
I'm just
couldn't
thinking
even
about what my little
fathom.
brother, who's 6 now, what he's going to be playing when he's our age, of 20,
Yeah.
21, 23.
What we're going to be playing when we're 40.
Oh my god.
Oh, 40. Whoa.
Whoa. Well, I don't know. I don't know if we'll be playing anything. Maybe we'll be very restricted because we'll have families and we'll be married and
Well, we hope.
divorced 2 times.
Yeah.
all, the,
Hi, Ross.
all
Geller.
those things. So yeah, that's the celebration of last gen.
Thank you.
Now let's move on to the most glorified moment of this podcast, and that's Dayden's Magic Minute. Yeah,
Slow-mo there.
kind of came out of nowhere, that one.
Magic minute.
So have you had a little think of what you'd like
Well,
your
let me
Magic Minute
see.
to be on?
No.
Oh, well, like always.
Like always.
Nothing has changed.
Always.
So,
always.
I,
Always.
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 Always. Group.
Always.
Um,
So I'll just get the timer up.
gaming.
Okay.
Maybe I could. Maybe the topic could be the most anticipated games in the coming
Okay,
year.
well, you're going to start now. So, Tom Dayden, your Magic Minute starts now.
So, most anticipated games would be, for example, Watch Dogs. We've got amazing free roam. I'm so sorry about the crinkling. The bottle is fuck off. Amazing free roam. You've got going there. Potentially. No, it's not anticipated because we don't know it's even coming yet. We've got Octodad as well. He's going to be PS4 kind of only. Octodad. You've also got, let's branch out a bit. You've got Borderlands 3 as well. That could be a possibility. You never know. Elder Scrolls Online again might be a good one. I think a lot of people would be looking forward to that.
The Order 1866 or 1066, one of the two.
What is that?
I don't know. Carry on.
Execute Order 66. I don't really have much else to say. Quite frankly, that's why I'm rambling. It's the shittest one ever. Thank you for listening to
5,
Dayden's
4,
Magic
3,
Minute.
2, 1.
Why is it a duck?
I don't know. So, thank you very much for listening to the 16th episode of the Start Replay podcast. This is our Christmas special. We wish you very happy Christmases across the globe, wherever you're listening to this.
Very happy New Year as well.
And a very happy New Year. You will listen to one more episode. I tell you, we'll listen to our next episode, which will be a New Year's special. It will be sort of an amalgamation of the best moments over the last year since we started doing this, which is sort of in February, but anyway, we're into a new year, so soon, anyway. So we hope you have a lovely Christmas. We hope you get what you want. Xbox Ones, PlayStation 4s, heck, we're all
But you won't because
together
they're all
here.
sold out, so
Well,
sorry.
you never know. Your parents might have been lucky and pre-ordered it, and you might have a special gaming dad who, can relate to your angst of getting a new console, and he's pre-ordered it for you and you're getting one. So look forward to your Christmases. They're going to be good, no matter what happens. So that's been myself, Josh Ball, Editor-in-Chief for StarReplay.com. Thank you very much for listening. And Mr. Thomas Dayden, thank you very much for stopping by once more.
No worries.
You stay classy.
Ciao once again.
And once again, of course, we're going to have a little Christmas song. So look forward to that and enjoy the rest of your night. Or day, afternoon, morning, whenever you're listening to this. Goodbye. What do tigers dream of when they take a little tiger snooze? Do they dream of mowing zebras or Halle Berry in her Catwoman suit? Don't you worry, you pretty strapped head. We're gonna get you back to Tyson in your cozy tiger bed. And then we're gonna find our best friend Doug, and then we're gonna give him a best friend hug. Doug, Doug, oh, Dougie, Doug, Dougie, Dougie, Doug, Doug. But if he's been murdered by crystal meth tweakers, well, then we're shit out of luck.